Tantrums, power struggles, and flying sippy cups. If toddlerhood has ever made you question your sanity, you are not alone. But what if those chaotic moments could become powerful opportunities for growth for you and your child? In her new book, Transforming Toddlerhood, toddler parenting coach Devon Kuntzman shares her game-changing advice to help families keep calm as they navigate those tough years. She joins me to share so much more on how you can keep your sanity too. Good morning.
Good morning.
Glad to have you here. The toddler years are often misunderstood, and this book brings a fresh new lens to it. My goodness. So what inspired you to tackle this situation head on?
Well, we've all heard terrible twos, three-nagers, fierce fours. Toddlerhood has a bad reputation, but it's also a really critical developmental period. So it really sets the foundation for the rest of your child's life. And my goal is to really empower parents to overcome those daily challenges so they can be more confident in their parenting and find more moments of joy.
Yes, absolutely. Now, many parents dread the toddlerhood. Like you just said, there's certain parts of childhood that they're like, ugh. But what's the biggest myth, do you think, that needs to be busted about that specific stage?
Yes, when your toddler is acting out, we say, oh, they're being so bad, so mean, so rude, so manipulative. But in reality, behavior is just communication. Toddlers are lacking language skills, emotional regulation skills, and so really they're trying to communicate their feelings, emotions, and needs through their behavior.
So you think that's really what's behind the defiance, if there is some?
Yes, because the whole point of toddlerhood is for toddlers to become their own person for the very first time.
Very
so
true.
That's going to have a lot of defiant looking behavior, like doing the opposite of what we say. And then the tantrums happen because they're frustrated because they can't do what they want, because they just want to have a sense of control, and they have very little control over their lives.
You know, that's difficult, and I think as adults we often forget that they're in this space of seeing everything for the first time, right?
Yes.
And so they want to touch, they want to see, they want to feel all those things, and we're like, no, don't touch. But we have to realize and remind ourselves that they're seeing it either maybe for the first or second time, and so of course they would want to go for it. Now, in the book you talk about setting those limits without yelling, without those bribes. So what does that look like in real life? Because it sounds like that gentle parenting, but that can be difficult.
Yes, it can. I think the biggest part is that parents set the limit and they think their toddler should just do what they say the first time. But setting the limit is the beginning step, not the last step. Toddlers are going to have a big reaction when we set a limit. When we say, oh, sorry, no more cookies, you can have more cookies tomorrow, they're going to flip out because they're not in control and they don't like that. But you're not doing anything wrong, and neither is your toddler. So the key is to know that this is normal behavior. Try to ground yourself, because the more calm you stay, then the easier it's going to be for your toddler to move on from their big reaction and accept the limit.
Okay, I understand. It's almost like when they hit their head, right? And they don't cry, but then you say, oh my gosh, and then they cry.
Exactly.
So being more calm in those situations when you're taking away those cookies, it's like, okay, I'm gonna give you your second to feel your feels, and then we're moving on. I like it, very good. Now, there's a lot of pressure out there to be this perfect parent. I'm not even a parent, and I know that there's pressure out there to feel that way, or to even be that way, I guess I should say. So what is the shift that you would tell caregivers to feel like, okay, you don't have to be perfect, you don't know it all?
Yes, so if we were perfect little robots as parents, our toddlers would never know that it's okay to be human, okay to make mistakes, and they never learn the skills on how to bounce back, how to repair the relationship, how to calm themselves. So our imperfectness helps our toddlers learn and grow at the same time, as long as we're committed to learning and growing as well.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so give me one piece of advice a parent can enact today to look at toddlerhood a little bit differently.
Yes, start looking for the behavior you want to see, because what you focus on grows, and so likely your toddler is having that behavior you want to see, but you're so focused on the behavior you don't want to see, you don't see it. So acknowledge it out loud, and when your toddler sees you focusing on that, they're going to be more motivated to have that behavior in the future because they see you noticing it, and it's creating positive connection.
And that's what it's all about anyway, is the attention, right? They want your attention on them, and if you're doing it in a positive way, there you go, everybody wins. How can we get the book? Because my goodness, this was just a few of the solutions. You have what, like 27 in the book? My gosh, where can we get it?
Yes, on Amazon or wherever books are sold.
Very good. Make it easy for us too. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you and all your guidance.
Thank you for having me.